What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video of Paula's journey and life. I hope each and every one of you are doing amazing. I just actually came from a doctor's appointment. I saw the nurse practitioner in my thyroid doctor's office. So yeah, I literally just got back home. So I guess update with my thyroid doctor. I've been really, apart from my normal self of being constantly in pain and tired, I've been feeling more tired than what I'm accustomed to. And so they're gonna do blood work on me. They're gonna check everything to make sure everything is good. And then I also spoke to them about vitamin D because I actually, when I was with my who was it? When I was with my original OBGYN doctor, which she still is I have a OBGYN and then I have a endometriosis specialist and then I have the thyroid doctor. So my OBGYN, she had prescribed me vitamin D and I took it for a while, but then I stopped taking it. And so I was speaking to the thyroid, the nurse practitioner about that, and she was like, you definitely should get some vitamin D, and then we'll run that test as well to see if you need prescribed vitamin D or if just over-the-counter vitamin D is good. So that's something that I'm gonna start taking again because let me tell you, I hate the sun. I'm very pale, I'm very white. I don't like the sun. And when I am in the sun, I use a lot of sunscreen so I don't get burnt because I don't get tan beautifully, I actually get burnt. But that was the appointment that I just came from. And then today I want to tell you how I found out that I had polycystic ovarian syndrome. So if you guys want to continue watching, please do so. And remember to please like, subscribe, and comment down below. I love your comments. I love responding to you guys. It means the world to me. And thank you so much for those of you who are subscribed to me and who have subscribed to me recently. I really do appreciate you guys and it really makes me feel amazing and I just feel loved and supported. So thank you so much. But yeah, let's just get right into the video, guys. Okay, guys, so how I found out I had polycystic ovarian syndrome. Okay, first, let's start off with my period, right? Because I guess we got to start off with that. So I got my period or my menstrual cycle when I was 11 years old. When I got it, it was very heavy, very just a period to me, right? I was 11 years old, so what do I know? But I got my period and, then I didn't get my period. Like literally I got my period and then a year after is when I got my second period. And I would get pains, but it wasn't to the extreme. And then I would always ask my mom, I would be like, something's wrong with me. I need to go to the doctor. Like, I don't feel normal. Like, I don't understand why every other girl is getting their period every month and I'm not. My mom thought it was just normal because she was like, that's happened to my sister. Like, that's just normal. Like, some people just go through that. And I was like, okay, whatever. So, then fast forward a year later is when I got my second period and it was more intense. And then when I got my second period, after that was done, I didn't get my period until 6 months later. And then it was just always been like that. It was either I would go a year without it, I would go 6 months without it. And for me, it just made no sense, especially when you're in school and they're like talking about the menstrual cycle and yada yada and all that. It made no sense to me, right? So all of a sudden, I moved to Dominican Republic. I moved to Dominican Republic. I was 12 years old when I moved. Then I came back to Florida for a little and then I moved back over there. And then fast forward, I'm 13 years old. Still going through the same scenario. So I would either get my period a year later or every 6 months or sometimes not get it at all. I mean, it just depended on what my body wanted to do. So Here I am, 13 years old, and I'm in excruciating pain, like a pain that I literally thought I was gonna die. And I would constantly get those pains, but I never really understood why. Then all of a sudden, one day I was in so much pain that my dad ended up having to take me to the hospital because I was just in so much pain. I don't wish that on anybody. Whatever age you are, I do not wish that because that is not fun. So yeah, he took me to the hospital. I went obviously through the emergency room. That was when they did a first sonogram on me. They did the abdominal one because you have a transvaginal sonogram and then an abdominal. They did the abdominal sonogram. And when they did it, they were able to see that I had cysts like all over my ovaries, like literally like more than like 24 in each ovary. And they were speaking to like once they found that out, they were speaking to my dad, and they pretty much had told my dad that if I didn't get better, that this would possibly be something that they would have to do surgery. And that's when they had referred me to my first OBGYN appointment. And then when I went over there, the guy pretty much told me, yes, you have a lot of cysts in your ovary. That's how I recall it back then, but again, that's when I was 13. But he pretty much said that you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. And to me, I was like, what the heck are, like, that word was so long that I was like, listen, you got me on a whole different level because I don't even know what you're saying. But he told me that I had polycystic ovarian syndrome, and this video is going to be long. I already know. So I'll probably make a part 2. But he told me that I had polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I was very, like, once I was diagnosed with that, it made sense because of the way that he was explaining it to me. They right away put me on birth control to regulate my menstrual cycle so that I can get one every month. And then I was very bitter and depressed and blamed my parents because I was like, if we had gone sooner, this would have been prevented. Why didn't nobody listen to me? And then I quickly realized that no, that's just my body, and this doesn't have a cure. So it's something that even if they would have taken me sooner or later, it still is not something that could have been prevented or cured. So I quickly realized that, and I was like, you know what? Okay. And, I realized that it wasn't their fault, but I still was very depressed. I went into a bad depression when I found out, and when they put me on the pills, it was just horrible, like horrible. And so I ended up going to that doctor a few times, and I didn't end up liking the doctor. So then I went to a different doctor. Listen, since I was diagnosed, I was constantly in and out of the doctors. Like I was constantly in and out of, I was going to different doctors, a lot of different doctors. Like it was crazy. And then, yeah, when I was diagnosed, it was hard. I felt like a lot of things started making sense, but then a lot of things as I started getting older started getting harder. There would be times where I wouldn't be able to go to school because I was in so much pain, or there would be times where I was in school and I would just be in so much pain that I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move from my desk or nothing. And then I'm gonna have to do a part 2, guys, of this. But then, I guess once I found out that I had polycystic ovarian syndrome and they put me on birth control, it just got like worse from there. And at 19, I decided to stop birth control. And I will tell you that in the second part of this video because there is just a lot of things that I have to say. But what I want to say before closing this video is that, just always trust your gut. Always trust your gut. Because I knew that there was something wrong. And let me tell you, when they told me the news, it was horrible. And again, I got really, really depressed, and I got really sad. And because the first doctor that I ever saw, he literally told me, he said, okay, we're going to put you on birth control. And then he said, okay, and by the way, you're most likely going to have fertility problems or not be able to get pregnant. And then he said, oh, and by the way, even if we were to do surgery on you and remove the cyst, they will still come back. Me at 13 years old, I don't want to hear all of this. I don't want to, have to think about now the future. Like that was so overwhelming for me. So just seek help if you feel something's wrong, and trust your gut, and remember, you are beautiful. Whatever they tell you, right? You are beautiful, you are amazing, and you're gonna get through this, right? And I will have a part 2 to this video, because I have more stuff on how I found out that I was diagnosed with PCOS, and what ended up happening. Like, yeah, okay, I started taking medication at 13, but then what ended up happening, and into my adult years and everything like that. So there will be a part 2. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Again, thank you so much for supporting me. It means the world. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you love these videos, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.